It is absolutely crazy to think that yesterday was my first experience of live professional wrestling in years. In absolute years. That is weird. Hello and welcome to FTTR, I am Ian McQuaid, and today we are talking about what went down yesterday. I was at Stoke-Con-Trent, the Comic-Con within my hometown of Stoke-Con-Trent, and the various wrestling outlets and the wrestling merch that I picked up that day. So shall we just talk, get straight into it. I love Stoke-Con-Trent. It's a brilliant event. I used to go there at uni, I used to help out there at uni, but this time I was at Kiel, and it was just so good. It was great. Great cosplay, great people, great merch sellers, just everything there was awesome. Great artists, great guests. And I will never not complain about a Comic-Con, because Comic-Cons are, the fuel that us nerds need to sort of get through pop culture and the various, just life in general. That's why we need Comic-Cons. But yes, we're talking about the wrestling that went down at the event, and there was a really cool spectacle in the main sort of square. It was Barracks Pro Wrestling School who put on a really good show. It was sort of 3 matches, and the last match was an absolute banger. It was an absolute banger. It was a really fun event, trying to get people involved, and I just really loved seeing people wrestle live again. It doesn't matter that they are the indiest of indie talent. I didn't care. I just wanted to see people wrestle, and it was actually a really fun event. It was very sort of World of Sport in that regard. Very house show, just a spectacle to see what people can do, and even that just got me completely invested in the event as a whole. And yeah, I loved every second of it. Shout out to them. They are a great school. Got to speak to someone and it was really nice. It was really cool. But shall we get into the merch that I picked up? Similar to my Wrestle Great unboxings, this is going to be me sort of running through some of the stuff that I picked up at Comic-Con wrestling wise. So shall we just get straight into it? What have we got first? We've got this awesome book, World Wrestling Insanity, which is basically about shoot interviews and how to conduct the best shoot interviews. And this was an absolute joy to find, considering I'm someone who's trying to, make it in the online world of professional wrestling and sort of get to terms with how to do and produce interviews in general. It's going to be really handy for me. I did at uni, we did do interviews, did do interviewing in film, TV and radio, but having something to sort of look through, specifically by someone who, runs a wrestling website, that's sick. That's a really helpful piece of information, so be sure to check this out. I'm going to start reading it this week because I've got a week off. So yes, I'm going to absolutely blitz through that. What have we got next? We have got another awesome book that I've not read, and that is Bret the Hitman Hart's book. Now, I do love a bit of Bret. I've heard a lot of things about this book, that apparently it's one of the best wrestling autobiographies? I can never remember the difference. But either way, it's a thick boy, for one. Very thick. And apparently it's just amazing. I've heard it's like one of the best tell-all documentations of WWE/WWF, specifically from Bret Hart's perspective. So I can't wait to get into this as well. It's going to slot right there on my shelf. I'm so excited. What else do we have? Let me just pop those behind like that. What have we done next? We found this, a WWF official annual from, I don't even know if it says, I believe it's 1991. It says, including the British Bulldog, winner of the 1991 UK Rampage Battle Royal. So I'm going to say, yeah, 1991. Awesome find. I've got a WCW annual behind there. it's gonna become a habit, isn't it? Oh dear. But yes, loved that. Love finding that. And it's just so, I mean, it's ripped the first page, so look at it. It's just like so, what's the word, colourful, so representative of this sort of new generation era that, yeah, I didn't even watch this growing up, but I'm nostalgic for it. What else did we have? We have got AJ Styles figure right there. I love the packaging on this. He is going to come out of the packaging eventually and go on his little stand, but I just love the retro feel of this. I think it looks sick, and it can go right over there with the rest of the figures that I've got. I don't want to take him out of the packaging just yet because he just looks cool. Looks cool in the packaging, but I've got nowhere to stand him up because he's too big. So he's going to go on the stand. Other ones to collect: Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, AJ Styles, and Goldberg. What a weird foursome that is. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, sure enough. AJ Styles, yeah. Goldberg, bit weird. And then we've got the piece de resistance of the art that I have got. I managed to get my hands on by a wonderful artist by the name of Grant Perkins, who I had the pleasure of talking to. Two awesome prints I will show you right now. That one is of the new generation era sort of comic book style, which is just bright, colourful, as you've just heard. I love the new generation era, sort of, as much as the matches aren't very good, the characters are cool. Maybe that's why I morbidly enjoy NXT 2.0. And this one is going just straight up my favourite wrestling promotion in the world right now. It is the AEW roster in that form. Look at them right there. It is absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful artwork there. Shout out to Grant Perkins. I will link to his Instagram and down below. But yeah, awesome. And they're going up in my new space when I'm in my new space. So yeah, that was my experience at Stoke-Con-Trent. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Was there all day. And I will not complain a single thing about having to see wrestling live. It was a blast. Absolute blast. Let me know what your experiences with wrestlers are at Comic-Cons. Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll try and reply to every single one of you. Thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.